All right, class, this is example 1, revisited. This is using Google Sheets, excuse me, to find your regression equation as well as the R squared value, which is called the coefficient of determination. We're also going to use this to find the standard error, the S value, and this program also finds the adjusted R squared value. So this program kind of does everything for us. You'll use this in, I believe it's number 4 online and number 6 online. You can also use this to do all the problems. So the first thing you need to do, this example 1, again, you need to enter the data like I have. Okay, and you can put labels here. I'll just go ahead and do that. I'm going to insert a row. You can put labels. We'll call this salary or Y, whatever you want to call it. We'll call this the X1, X2, X3. So we got labels in here, not that big a deal. Okay, so we have all the data in. We're going to go to add-ons, and I already have this add-on. It's Excel Minor Analysis Tool Pack. To get that, you got to go to Get Add-ons, Excel Minor Analysis Tool Pack. Click on it, and then you would add it. I already have it installed, so hopefully you can install that without too much of a fuss. Hopefully your computers can handle that. I'm not sure. Hopefully we don't have to get tech support. Anyways, so once the add-on is on, you go to it, go to Start. Okay, and you'll notice a number of different things we can do in here, and it's all some of the stuff we've already been doing also. So we've been using the TI-84. This is just another tool that it's probably a little more advanced than the TI-84 in some aspects. So in this problem, we want to go to linear regression. So we open that. Okay, so the input Y range. So I'm going to highlight the Y range. I have it highlighted, it's including the label. And I'm going to go over here and just click the mouse in there, and it takes it in, what we had. And I'm going to also click labels here because we have labels. If you don't have labels, then you don't want that clicked. Okay, input the X range. So I want to highlight my X range, including the labels. Go over here and click the mouse button. Okay, this problem doesn't have a confidence interval, but that's what you would change right here. Depending on what problem you're doing, you can change the confidence interval. I'm just going to leave it at 95%. That'll show up more in later chapters. I don't think this one even deals with confidence interval. Let me double check here for sure. Yeah, there's nothing to do with confidence interval. So that's later chapters. And then output. I want my output to start right here. So I'm just going to click this blank space. So now my output is going to be put in here. And then so output range, I want it to start at A11. So I'm going to click A11. And there's some other things you can turn on and off depending on the problem, line of best fit. It'll graph it for you and all those things. But for this particular problem, we don't need any of that stuff. I'm going to hit OK. All right, there we go. So here is all of that information we found with the calculator right here. Just these 4 pieces of data. Obviously, this gives us a heck of a lot more. We're going to use p-value, lower limits, upper limits. We're going to use all these again in later chapters. Here's your t statistic. I mean, all this stuff is going to show up later. For now, the only thing we're worried about is this. For some of the problems, it asks for a standard error. That would be this number right here. Okay. For some of the problems, it asks for a coefficient of determination. If you remember from previous lessons, R squared is the coefficient of determination. And just a reminder, that means that 94.4% of the data can be explained by these variables. Okay? And then here's the adjusted R square. You're going to need that for online number 6. Okay, so I have a test, an assignment already open, so I'm going to go to that. I want to look at exam number 4. Okay, so I've done this problem, but real quick, I'm just going to get to a new page here. And we'll even go to another new page. I already did it right there. Okay, so go back into my test. Here, this guy right here. Okay, so I can physically enter all this data one by one, but I can also click on it, click on this little tab here, copy to clipboard, and it shows up like this. If I double click here in the middle, and I say go copy, okay, and then I can get out of that, go to right here, hit paste, and it brings all the data in, so you don't have to enter it one by one. Okay, and then I can go through this problem again. I can highlight my Y range, click here, should adjust. I can highlight my X range, click here, should adjust. I got labels. This time I want my output in A14, just a space below. Click here, hit OK. Okay, and there's all the data that I need. Here are my X1, X2, my intercept. Here's my standard error. Here's my R squared, my coefficient of determination, and it's just you're going to put it in as a decimal, and then your adjusted R squared. Again, you're going to put it in as a decimal. Just looking at one other problem here from the assignment that might hold you up. Okay, I'm going to go to number 5. Okay, so this one, it doesn't give you any data. It just tells you that the coefficient of determination is 0.935, and you have 19 paired observations. This would be your N value, and you have 7 independent variables. This would be your K value, all right? And the formula to find the adjusted R squared is on page 513. I already have it into my calculator. I don't have it physically, but it's well, it just turn to page 513. You can see it there. It's the adjusted R squared. It's on the bottom. It equals 1 minus, so 1 minus parentheses 1 minus R squared. For this problem, it was 0.935 and parentheses times N minus 1, or N is 19. We have 19 paired observations, divided by N minus K, 19 minus 7 minus 1. So we get a value of 0.894. That means 89.4% of the variation, and why can be explained. Anyways, all right, I think that's enough to show you. If you got questions, I didn't give you everything, but I think I gave you a lot more for this section than I've done in others. Well, hopefully you can still get to the rest of it.